Hi, I'm Kate Helmers with the Stepping Forward Kate Show. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about flowers, herbs, and how they can help you. We have a leading expert, Gudrun Penselin, and she is a clinical herbal therapist with a master's in education and a master's in physical education, along with being a reflexologist and iridologist. So we will get into that, but welcome.
Thank you, Kate. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Oh,
thank you. So exciting.
Gudrun actually came down from Canada, originally from Germany, right?
That's right.
What
yes.
part of Germany?
Formerly West Germany.
Western. Okay,
Yeah.
There we go. And what part of Canada?
Northern Alberta, far west and far north.
Far
Mile
north.
zero of the Alaska Highway.
Can you believe that? That's just incredible. So here, welcome to Beverly Hills.
Different life and different lifestyle.
So we have a tradition on the Stepping Forward Kate Show where we ask 5 questions just so we can all get to know you a little bit better. Okay? Okay.
See.
What is a book that you've read in your life that's inspired you?
There are, of course, always a lot of books, but I would say Mutant Message Down Under was a great one. And Dan Millman books that the Secret of the Warrior, or Peaceful Warrior, I think it is called.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And do you have a morning ritual that you can share with us that helps to energize you and keep you positive?
For me, it's important to, look out of the window. We live in the country on 10 acres, so I always need to see what the weather is like, greet the trees and the plants, and maybe go stick my head outside to see if it's too cold to be leaving the house. And I'm a breakfast person, but I don't have any ritual when it comes to meditation. I pretty well run out of the house.
But that's it, that you just enjoy nature in the morning.
Yeah, very much. It's definitely part of my life.
And where do you like to go for a relaxing vacation?
I like Mexico.
Oh.
And I also like anywhere in nature where there are not a lot of people. Hiking, canoeing, just resting with the trees, with the mountains, on the beach right now, Around here, I enjoyed the beach for the weekend. So, yeah.
2.5 days, and she's tanner than most Californians. It's crazy. And who in your life that you've met or known has inspired you?
I think we get inspired by a lot of people. Almost every person we meet, I think, can inspire us. My children are great inspiration for me, my grandchildren right now. But when I look back over the years, I think my opportunity that I had many, many years ago to meet Mother Teresa and spend some time with her in India. After high school, I traveled
With her personally?
With her personally.
Wow. Not many people can say that.
No, and in fact, I wrote to her before I planned my 6 months travel to India after high school and asked if I could visit her. And she did write me back and said, yes, please come and visit. So I spent a little bit of time in Calcutta with her, working with some of the orphaned children, infants. And I think, yes, she definitely has inspired me. I think she was an amazing woman.
That's amazing. So did you go with a group or?
No, I traveled all by myself.
You just went to India for 6 months?
I just decided that I wanted to see, naive as I was at that time, if the cows are actually staying alive, running around on the street, and the people are starving. But we had decided at 1 year at Christmas time to sponsor a child in India instead of Christmas presents. And so I did lead all the correspondence, and that sparked my interest in India. And so after high school, I decided to take half a year and travel by myself.
That's amazing.
It was an adventure, and I think one of the big takeaways for me was it doesn't matter how awful a situation, how dangerous, how risky, how stressful a situation is, there's always one person to be found who helps you out of that situation. And I think that was a really, really important takeaway for me.
Wow, that's incredible.
Because not everything was easy. Because I did actually travel among the Indian people and didn't stay in hotels and so on. And there were places where I went where I was the first white person to arrive, and lots of times nobody spoke English. So it was a challenging trip, but it was definitely great.
So I'm going to ask you a different question then. Because you had blonde hair, what was the reaction to people when they saw you if they had never seen anybody like you?
I think it wasn't blonde hair, it was just a white
A
skin,
white skin.
a young woman traveling with pants and a backpack, right? The women at the bus station would point out to me when they saw my skin peeking through, because you don't, have to cover. So yeah, and remember that was many years ago, so a lot of things probably will have changed by now, right? I was, I think, in 74.
Because when I traveled with a girlfriend of mine to various parts of the world, she was blonde, and they would, from behind, they would pull her hair or touch our skin as we were walking by. They just try and touch us.
Those things happened, but I don't think it was the hair. I think it was more the woman and the white woman.
Yeah, the skin. Nothing. It was very nice, very nice. It was just different.
Yeah,
they
were curious.
Yes, just curious. An innocent curious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which was nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So could you tell us, before we get into the wonderful flowers, etc., could you tell us what your regular practice is?
Yeah, okay. I have a practice in Grand Prairie, and I've been practicing for over 30 years, and I have really a whole toolbox of different healing modalities that I do apply. And I work with reflexology, I work with herbal medicine, with light and color therapy, energy work, lifestyle improvement, Bach flowers, iridology, sclerology. So this is, kind of the other major tools in my toolbox, which makes me a little bit unique in the sense that I can really tailor my approach when I work with clients to their individual needs and their individual desires, what it is that you're looking for. And then we go from there. Big toolbox.
Big toolbox.
That's right.
Okay, so today, the reason why I wanted Gudrun on the show was because there are 3 books and tape series that you came out with that really explain different things. So the first is the video series that is so interesting. Thank you for making it for someone like me.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch it.
By step on, what's in your kitchen, what you need, what you can make, how things in your kitchen can really help you out, not only at breakfast, but for different remedies. So, okay, so there's a book, which we'll get into, which explains the different flowers. And then I would like to get into how flower essences really help people. Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay, great.
Perfect.
So first, could you explain what things in the kitchen can really help people?
I think we have to understand that that we can use our food as our medicine, and to have medicine to be, use the food. And so this video is really about how you can utilize not only what we find in the kitchen, but also the herbs, the plants that we find outside, and what we can do with them, how we can make them into medicines. But I think it's important for people to realize that, for example, just this, just a beautiful bouquet of parsley, it has medicinal properties. People need to understand that a lot of the spices that we use in our kitchen are actually very supportive to many different systems in our body. For example, parsley can be really useful for our digestive system, helping with indigestion, with gas. It also helps with urinary output. So, we just have to realize that these herbs, these spices that we have in our kitchen, have not only nutritional value and add spice and flavor to our meals, but also have medicinal properties. Another one or two that are my favorites are ginger root, for example, is really good for nausea, for motion sickness, digestive, anti-inflammatory, helps to calm the digestive system down. And for us up in the north, it's really good to know that it opens the peripheral circulation. When it's so cold, you really want to make sure your blood flow goes to your extremities.
So fresh ginger does that?
Yeah, fresh ginger, you can make a tea of it, or I like to put it in my smoothies or in the juice. Fantastic.
So you just take off the outer layer?
I
and then
don't, not even
Really?
the outer layer. You don't want to peel it. You don't need to peel it.
Just wash it.
Yeah, and just take a little bit of a chunk, and depending on what your personal preference is, you add more or less to a drink or make a tea. Very, very good for the digestion, anti-inflammatory. One of the best things, and actually works fantastic for motion sickness. People can make a tea when they have motion sickness and drink it before and while they are traveling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, we have to go back to the beginning here. So I can cook, but for instance, for breakfast, for a shake, what would you add with ginger to make a
Okay.
good shake? Okay.
My favorite drink is called the jungle juice.
Okay, this sounds a little wild.
I use just a little bit of a handful of greens, like sprouts, for example. They are really nutritious and have a lot of medicinal properties for the body. I could add a little bit of parsley. Then I use a chunk of ginger
Okay.
and honey
Okay.
and lemon. A slice of lemon.
Okay, that
lemon.
sounds good.
And then I add water, or if people aren't used to the flavor of the green drinks yet, you can use mineral water, carbonated water, put it in a blender and zip it up, and it's just so enjoyable. And it's a great drink because it tastes different every time. And my grandchildren, the oldest is 4 years old, they love it. Oma, let's go and get some herbs for the jungle juice.
And how can it actually help you?
It is an energetic drink because it helps to raise your vibrational frequencies, and we all are aware of how we're absorbing other people's feelings and emotions, and it makes you less sticky. So it's a really good drink for that purpose, but just looking at the different herbs, depending on what you're putting in there, it has different properties and effects every time on the body, right?
Okay, so what we're going to do is on our page, your10keys.com, you can go to the very bottom and there's a little button or little word that says extras. Click the extras and you can find everything from all of the different shows, and under the health section, see Gudrun, and we'll put the recipe there.
Yes, jungle juice.
Jungle juice. Yum. But it's really for any time of day. Well, probably not.
Yeah,
at
any
night.
time of the day. And if I just have a smoothie, I always use a lot of vegetables and some fruit.
Okay.
And liquid, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Okay. So on to the book, which is so much fun. So this is Healing Spirituality. And it's a guide that talks about Bach flowers and then goes into how each flower can help. So let's start at the beginning of Bach flowers. Could you explain who Bach was? Not the musician, but in the 1930s, and then how it works.
Yeah. Okay, Bach flowers. Edward Bach was a medical doctor, actually. He was born in England in 1886 and had only a short lifespan of 50 years. But apparently he died very fulfilled because he felt he had completed his mission in life. As a doctor, he really was not happy with the results he was receiving because he felt there was more. We needed to go to the cause of disease. And through observation of people, he realized that really our physical body responds to our emotions. So for example, Kate, when you are happy about something, the thought, the situation comes first, and then you're reacting with a smile or with laughter, right?
Right.
So when we are having a more challenging situation, something that stresses us out, the situation comes first, and then we may react with a frown, or we get sweaty palms, butterflies in the stomach. So we see that our emotions are actually preceding our physical reactions. And so that's where Edward Bach came in, and he realized when we have long-standing problems, emotional challenges, lack of confidence or fears or trauma, sexual trauma, any of those things, they will start to eat away at us and impact us on a physical level as well. So in order to be able to achieve true healing, in the sense that we do not need medication anymore, we need to deal with our emotions. And he was drawn to the plant world, and he was able to communicate with the plants, and he used flowers. And so he got a different sense of flowers, what they were actually, which personality states and which emotions they are dealing with. And then he developed a method of how to develop or how to create flower essences, and he really is the founder of flower essences. And some of you, or many of you, might have heard of the Rescue Remedy, which is a combination of 5 flowers, and this comes in a stock bottle, and you can just
Oh my gosh.
Are you stressed right now, Kate? Do you need a few drops?
No, I'm having fun, but I'll have some.
So this is a Rescue Remedy, is one of his combinations, and there are 38 flowers. One is not a flower, it's rock water, and the rest is, and then the Rescue Remedy, a combination of 5 of these flowers.
Okay.
And so the flowers work on helping us overcome our emotional challenges, and the goal is always to get closer to our soul, that we can live the purpose of our life. And he believed, as long as you live your purpose of your life, you'll be well.
I so believe that. Absolutely. Could we see that for just 1 second? Where do you get this?
There are different brands, but in the health food stores.
Okay, so it's called 5 Flower Formula.
Actually, it's the Rescue Remedy.
Rescue
it's the
Remedy,
original
okay.
formula, but it's a trade name. And so then there are different companies that are
Oh, I see.
making
Okay.
the same flower essence.
Okay. Oh, so interesting. Okay, thank you. So what I love about this book is that she goes through with, for each flower, on the messages, the focus, the categories. It's really, really in-depth as far as that's concerned. And we'll take a couple pictures so you can see it, and it's on the website. But now that we know like what the flowers are and kind of what they can do, because we have to go through all of them first, how do you work with them to start healing people?
Okay, so this book really is giving people a lot of Edward Bach's background and what is vibrational healing and so on, and practical hints how to work with them. Now I have developed another toolkit. Haha, ta-da!
Cards.
It is a deck of cards. My first edition I developed in 1998, and what I've done, I have actually, all my work is staying really true to Edward Bach's original work, but I have moved it into our times. Edward Bach lived a long time ago, and he developed the flower essences from 1930 to 1936, so we're looking at about 80 years ago, right? So times have changed a little bit. And but I've stayed true to his original work, connected to him and to the spirit of the flowers, and channeled the information. So this deck was just released. It's a 2nd edition. And so what I like to do, that's one of the working tools. Kate, left hand. Now, maybe if you have anything that you find that you would like assistance with in your life, that just put in your mind. You don't have to share it with the audience.
Okay.
It can stay a secret, but put it in your mind, and I want you to pick with your left hand a card.
May I ask why it's the left hand?
The left hand connects you to spirit. You want to bypass your conscious mind.
Okay, and does the right one connect you with your conscious mind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so the left one will allow you to bypass that, because our conscious mind often doesn't allow us to go where we need to go.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay, the left one, I'm going to just pick one. That one. Oops, there are 2 there. I'm going to pick the one that's underneath. Mustard.
And you picked mustard.
Mustard.
Mustard, I would say, would indicate to me right now that there's something in your life that is creating a little bit of a challenge. And I don't know if you can relate to it.
Yes.
So then this flower essence, if you take it as a flower essence, and even the card, the way I've created the deck of the cards, they're very powerful. The intent that I put in there from the artwork, from the word, they will also have a healing effect. When I teach classes, we always only work with the cards initially, and everybody gets movement and healing from that already.
Wow.
So
Okay.
this is just really indicating that there's something that is nagging at you. And
Yes, and actually I can let people know what it is. There are a few clients, and every once in a while this happens, and it always happens in groupings. So I know there's a message to it. And there were a few clients that had kind of the same question and about their energy, but they hadn't done their homework. It's like, they hadn't sat and meditate, they hadn't asked
Yeah.
themselves, they hadn't asked their spirit. So they were asking me, and which is fine. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
But when it's 3 or 4 times a day, that's a message to me that I need to be telling them or teaching them something else so that they can grow. So yes, it was a challenge.
Yeah, and so that mustard, the flower essence that was created from mustard, can help you to move through that and maybe find the answers
Right.
of how to deal with it, and also that it doesn't affect you, it doesn't tax you.
Right.
Right, because you don't
exactly.
want to get stressed out by these things. So how do you deal with this kind of a stress?
Because
And
I
so-
want to be able to help them.
Yes.
But it's helping them get to the next step, and people have to work to the next step too. So
Yes, but you need to get over your own emotional response first.
Right,
And
exactly.
so this is what mustard can help you to do.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so sorry, we're going to learn a little bit more about this. So the colors here, so it goes through the message, the focus, your category, chakras 2, 5, and 7, colors, and then the number 33 is the vibrational number, I presume. Is that true?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Colors, white, violet, and green. So how did he figure out what
Okay.
colors?
Okay, that is my input in there.
Oh,
That I
neat.
channeled which colors the flowers are actually bringing forward, because color is vibration.
Right.
And every flower, of course, has its own color, which is a vibrational frequency that it brings forward. But it also brings forward colors that are not the visible color. So, when we look at the roses here or the irises here, they, of course, have the vibration of these colors. But there will be other vibrations that these flowers bring forward that are related to the colors that I put on
So
it.
I need to have these with me all day.
Yeah, that's right. You can put them in your hair, make yourself look really pretty.
I love it. That's so cool. That is fantastic. Okay, I need to take a picture of that. We'll post this on there. So how did you end up finding out that this was a gift of yours? Was it a long process? Was it something that happened overnight?
I think it's, I don't even think I was ever really conscious about this, about my intuition and how I connect to plants and even to people when I have clients. Some of them, when they sit in front of me and I work their feet, it's like I read a book. And some of them I don't get any information. But I remember when I was homeschooling, I homeschooled our children. They had the choice to be in the system or to be at home. As of kindergarten, they were allowed to make that decision by themselves. So they all have a different history, how long
how
they
neat.
were at home or how long they were in the school system when they homeschooled and so on. But I remember being in a group of homeschoolers. It was really new at that time in our area. And I was commenting to a friend about one of the students. And it was really obvious to me. It was like, I see that you wear black pants and a blue jacket, but other people actually didn't have that information. So I don't know. And then you have people who help you along to develop. You have your own mentors, right? You help you along to trust and be more confident in your own abilities.
Oh, that's so neat. Okay, so reflexology is working with the feet.
That's right.
And it's like a map of,
Yeah.
at the bottom of your feet. Just like acupuncture and acupressure are kind of a
Exactly.
map within the body. So you also work with the eyes.
That's right.
iridologist. So the iris, you read the iris and
That's
the
right.
white. So is that like a map also?
Yeah, you have different maps. That means the map means really that every part of the feet as well as the colored part of the eye and the white of the eye, the sclera, they are all related to different organs, to all our cells. And so our body really reflects what's happening in these parts of our bodies. And so you have a map that indicates where which organ is lying, and you can't diagnose a disease process, but you can figure out which organs are compromised and not functioning at optimum level. And the iris is more, a lot of it is your genetic makeup.
Mm-hmm.
What are your strengths and weaknesses that you're coming in with on the physical, emotional, and spiritual level. And the sclera gives you much more of a present, like the moment state of the body, what's going on right now. And in the white of the eye, you look at the blood vessels and the formation of the blood vessels. It's a fantastic and fascinating tool.
Fascinating. Well, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I just happened to go to the eye doctor not too long ago, and they actually took a picture of the back of my eye and now are starting to look at the blood vessels, checking out for diabetes, for cholesterol, for everything. And this is all brand new, but you've been doing this for years.
But this is the back of the eye, Kate.
Right.
I
Oh, is this
only
different?
look at the front.
Okay.
It's different. They look at different, at the different part of the eye. But it wouldn't make sense that only the back of the eye
Right.
reveals certain situations. The front of the eye does that too, and often way before actually anything manifests in the physical body.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's both of those are fascinating tools.
And for those that don't know, things usually manifest in energy before. That's why an energy reader can see things before they manifest in the physical body.
Yes.
And they manifest there before they, different places in your body,
Yeah.
different maps of your
That's
body.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fantastic. So, oh my gosh, thank you for being here today. And if you're interested in herbs, etc., we'll post the names of her books and her cards. Can't wait to look at that. Off camera, we're going to sneak a peek at her cards.
We'll have fun, that's for sure.
That's right.
Healing and can be fun.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. So now it's time for 30 seconds of fun.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
More fun.
More fun, yes. So I'm gonna ask you as many questions as possible, as quickly as possible, to see how many questions you can answer in 30 seconds.
So we have to talk really fast?
Yes, really fast. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. Do you like to read, listen to music, or both?
Definitely listen to music.
Do you like sunrises or sunsets?
Sunrises.
Favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert? Good ice cream or something that's chocolate.
Do you like beach, mountains, or desert the most?
Mountains and the ocean. Not necessarily the beach by the ocean, but the ocean.
The ocean, okay. Honey or maple syrup?
Honey in my jungle juice, but maple syrup in my salad dressings.
Oh, that's it. Well, thank you for being here with us today. And your website is rainbowhealing.ca for Canada. Oh, gosh, can I just ask you a really horrible question?
You can ask, but I don't know what answer you will get.
We were laughing at my pronunciation because clearly my pronunciation. So Canadians say "a" all the time. How are you supposed to say it?
I'm German.
But you've been
do
living in
I
Canada
know?
for like 20 years. I'll have to ask somebody who was born in Canada. They always get me on that. Yeah, can't pronounce it. Oh well. One of my things. Anyway, rainbowhealing.ca. And thank you, Gurjan, for being here today. And my name is Kate Helmers, Stepping Forward with Kate Show. If you have any other questions, and all of this information is on our website, your10keys.com. Go to the bottom in extras, and you'll be able to see it. Thanks so much. Take care. Be blessed.
Thank you.